I see you in the chat. So Stassy's here too, and Laura, Peggy, all the peeps are coming in. They're here to see you again. And if you haven't already met Mandi Rose, here she is, the
Hello.
relational astrologer, and she's also my dear friend, my soul sister, and my neighbor.
Yes.
But we hardly ever. Hi, Monique and Meredith. I like to welcome people in.
I love
It's
it.
like we're in each other's
Hello.
homes. Which, Kaylee, I'm so glad you're here. Good, 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 good. Everybody here is interested in figuring out some relationship issues. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60-year olds, and friends, family, coworkers. You guys, Mandi can help you with all of that. Hi, Armine. I love you. And she will update us on the Soulmate season. And if you can, maybe some of the things coming ahead, because it has been crazy. How has your year been
I have
since
to say, I knew the astrology of 2025 was going to be wild, but I think for each one of us, we can say it has been a roller coaster and we're over it. We want off the ride.
Absolutely. But you have been good, I hope.
I have been good. That's the beautiful thing about being an astrologer is you kind of know the cycles and the rhythms and how long they're going to last. So even when I was going through some of the hard things this year, I was like, all right, this is a season. This is the lesson I'm supposed to learn. In this month, things are going to get better or focus in on this area of your life while this one is falling apart. And so, that is the beauty of kind of understanding it. And I map out every single month on my birth chart, and I have a little planning session. I call it astro mapping. And if you ever want to follow along with this, every single month on my YouTube channel at the beginning of the month, literally I go by date. You can get your Google Calendar out and you can like plug in the dates. And if you have your birth chart, I'll show you exactly where to map all the planets, because it's a habit I do every month. And I swear it helps me strategize. Like the weeks I know not to plan anything, or the days where I'm like, ooh, I'm going to have energy there. Let's go. And so even though the theme of 2025 is wild, at least the astrology gives us opportunities to kind of navigate it with a little bit more grace. So yeah.
I totally agree. And I find your journal amazingly helpful.
I'm so
And that it teaches me, and it also guides me to go, okay, let me go with the flow with this. Let me remember the do's and don'ts. So
yeah.
much in here. Are you going to do it again?
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you asked that, because I've been on the fence, because I've been printing them myself and then shipping them, and like with the post office, and it's a lot of work.
I
But
know
there's
we
this piece of
talked.
my heart that's like, no, this is the 6th edition. You can't give it up yet. So I'm actually going to not print them myself. I'm going to have them available on Amazon, which is like, oh,
No, that's good. And I have a journal about to go on Amazon. No, I
I
love
have been so hesitant because I'm like, oh, somebody is going to rip it off, blah, blah, blah. A whole story, right? We create stories in our head. But I'm like,
Well, yeah.
this will make it accessible to more people. It'll be more affordable. Like, this is the year, girl, go big.
Okay, because I already
This.
pre-ordered 6 through
Yeah,
her mentally. I'm like,
we're doing it. And also, I'm going to do a PDF copy. So for those who want to just like have it on their tablet and all of that. So yeah. And that allows me to do more pages. So right now in the journal, it has new moons, full moons, retrogrades, sun seasons, and any other kind of like major transits.
yeah.
But what I'm finding is it's really helpful for my clients as a journal that documents their life cycles.
Yeah, it's
Because
not just like a calendar, or it's a journal, it's a calendar. Again, it's an educational tool.
yeah, I have
Um,
some
and it
clients who've
helps
been
you
buying it
stay.
for 6 years. Like, they've bought in all editions, and so now in, like, this season, they'll go back to last year and be like, "What was going on in my life last year, the year before, during this season?" And we see those patterns and those cycles repeating, and, so yeah, I think I do have to continue. So stand by. I will be
Yeah.
writing up a storm the next 2 weeks.
Okay, good. And I've been working with KDP too, and Barnes and Noble. You should do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
But
I'm on it, girl. I'll probably pick your brain.
okay, good. I'd love to see you. Okay, so I love that. And then let's dive in. Let me go back to October here. I'm just going to turn it over to you because
Yeah.
you
I'm
guys,
looking
she
through the chat.
really is
I'm seeing where everyone's
such
at.
a divine source for understanding all these types of relationships, like I said in the beginning. And this is a great time to do it. And I put in the description and in the community post more about what she's doing this month and that offer that you have. Um, so I hope you, hi, Emery. She's in Ireland. Mwah! We've got a lot of people from all different areas. I love you guys. All right. So, Mandi, catch us up. Here we are coming off that amazing full moon, but I must say it was like a lot.
Yeah.
People's emotions were all over.
Yeah. Yeah. When we have a full moon in Aries, which happens every single year during Libra sun season, it is our relationship full moon of the year. And the reason I say that is because the sun is in Libra, right? We're in Libra sun season. And Libra as an energy, I always try to remind everyone that these zodiac signs are just energies, they're lenses, they're vibes, they're feelings, right? They're kind of these perspectives. And the Libra energy, what it feels like is peace and harmony and balance and beauty and luxury and cuddling and relationships, right? There's supposed to be this safe space in our world that feels really good. But as humans here on Earth School, relationships are what we crave, it's what we desire. But yet, it's like the hardest thing for us, right? It's so hard to be in this bond and this compatibility and the balance and the rhythm of two people's energies blending. And so every year when the sun enters into Libra, which is around September 22nd until August or October 22nd, we enter into Libra sun season. So as you're going outside every day, the sun is shining down, the sun is radiating upon us. And so it's radiating the energy of Libra, which kind of wants us to be like snuggle bunnies with people. We're like, I want to see my friends. I want to get together with my partner. I want to be in connection with others. And that could be clients, like working with clients. It could be signing contracts with people, forming alliances with people, meeting new friends. If you are single, this is the month to mingle because everyone is feeling this Libra energy. And what I often see, I've nicknamed it soulmate season because when I meet couples as a relational astrologer, I want to understand how they're blending their energies. What part of their birth charts are the parts that are like clicking and locking and allowing them to be in this beautiful bond? And through those conversations, I have discovered that the people who are together 20, 30, 40 years often got married during Libra sun season, meaning their relationship birth chart had the sun in Libra when it was formed. Or people start dating during Libra sun season are couples that end up making it for the long haul because this is now baked into the energy of the relationship. When we form a bond with someone, that thing is birth. Like your relationship has a whole entity, right? Some people's relationships have very unique dynamics to it. And so I have found that Libra sun season is really just soulmate season for so many reasons. But going back to the full moon, halfway through the Libra sun season, we'll have a full moon. And that moon is in Aries.
Right.
And the moon symbolizes, wherever it is, symbolizes our emotional needs. It symbolizes how we energetically feel, right? The moon makes us feel things. And when it's in Aries, it makes us feel in an Aries way, right? This is a lens, this is a perspective. And the Aries energy is a toddler under 7.
I
And
was,
so,
and thank you, because I'm like, well, I don't know if everybody's getting along so well.
no, because what happens is the moon comes into Aries during Libra sun season. And Aries calls upon us to step away from the partnerships and say, what about me? How am I being served in this partnership? What about my needs? Me, right? That's a toddler under 7. I want the cookie. They'll scream and kick in the grocery line. They don't care who's looking. They're not trying to please mama. They're trying to get their cookie, right? That's the emotional response around this full moon, where it's like, what about me? You're not paying attention to me. I'm not getting paid what I'm worth in this client relationship. I'm not getting this, and that. And what it does is it highlights, right? The moon illuminates for us to see something clearly that we have not seen in 6 months since the sun was in Aries 6 months ago.
Yeah, I feel a lot of aha.
Right? Because Libra, the sun is
Aha.
here and the moon is here, and the moon is
Absolutely.
bright in an area of the sky that the sun has not been in 6 months. So now we see my needs again, my desires, and we're checking in on relationships to see if they serve us for the second half of the astrological year as we go into fall and into winter, right? The darker months. And so if we think back energetically, God created us and the whole universe is when we go into the winter, we need deep relationships, right? We got to survive. And we go into this season with those people that we're really close to, that will protect us, that will nourish us, that will form bonds with. Because if you got an outlier and someone that is not caring about you, you're going to starve this winter, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that brings up a lot of challenges. And my goal is to always put words and language to what we're feeling. And so this is the full moon of the year where we look at our relationships and we do a little inventory. We do a little assessing. And my goal to come in as an astrologer is say, okay, if this relationship, what you're recognizing at the full moon isn't really working, is there an opportunity for us to look at your birth charts and figure out how can we blend this energy better? How can we respect one another for who we are? How can we put into words what we need, what we desire, our goals, our traumas, our fears, and try to communicate that to create the bond? Or is that just not going to work and we have to take it or leave it and let it go and let it shed like the full moon and let it release? Because again, we're in soulmate season. So there's more opportunity. There's other people out there. So it's a big full moon every year, especially as a relational astrologer. I get a lot of clients that come in. So if you guys have any questions about specific relationships in your life, like I love to kind of dive in and give examples. And so feel free to share if you're struggling with a specific
Awesome.
relationship or any kind of astrological, if you know their moon sign, if you know their Venus sign, if you know their sun sign, I can give you little tips and tricks. But because I
Okay,
knew this was
perfect. I'll
coming,
watch the chat. Okay.
yeah, I have it open too. So feel free. Um, but because I knew this was coming, right? Because I do my astro mapping, I knew I had to create some sort of offer or opportunity for people to gain some guidance. So my cosmic download of the month, which every single month I do one themed reading on discount. So the cosmic download of the month theme is compatibility sessions. So
That
you
is
get it for half price. It's 40 minutes pre-recorded. I ship it to your email. You ask me questions. You share what's going on ahead of time before I hit record. And I've had so many people in the last 2 weeks take advantage, and I'm doing it till the end of October.
I
But it
love
can be with
that.
anyone. I've had roommates, because they're moving in together and they're signing a 1-year lease, and they're like, how are we going to get along and create the harmony within this
Oh,
dynamic? I've had
deep.
parents and children, lots of estranged children, right? Parents coming to me and saying, hey, I tried to talk to my kids. They won't talk to me. I went to a therapist with them. It didn't work. I'm like, let's look at their birth chart. Maybe you're just
I'm
not
glad you
honoring.
mentioned because I know you do a lot for families and parents as well.
Yeah, I love doing like family readings, putting everyone's charts together, couples, romantic couples, people who just started dating. So I love that, and someone just meets someone, it's like, let's see who they are instead of waiting 2 years to try to figure out who they are. And
Yeah,
yeah, so it's been really great.
that's good. And I didn't realize because I follow you so much on TikTok. I hope I'm not echoing. There we go. Turn
No,
that down.
no, you're good.
Um, that you are on YouTube. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I got to follow you there.
Yeah, the relational astrologer on all platforms. My podcast is on like Spotify and iHeart and all the places.
Awesome. And do you still have the Telegram? Because I
Yes.
need to do that.
Literally before we went live today, I was just voice memoing in our Telegram. So it's called the Astro Weather Report. And every single day I send a voice memo. And the one today, I was like, everyone be careful. Pluto is square Mercury. So that brings tensions to communication. People are probably having some power struggles over you. And I always give warnings, but I also like dance in the excitement. Everyone was posting last night the pictures of the full moon and sharing their rituals. We have a blast in there. It's like a total Astro family.
And that's $11 still?
Yeah, $11 a month. That's it. We do moon rituals. Everyone that's in there gets a discount to all my offers and courses and readings. And they're first to know if I do any specials, like they get to claim it first. So we have a blast in there. You need to be in there.
I do. I'm sorry. Like, no excuses.
It's life. Life is life.
This is Kaylee, and she's adorable, and she does have questions. Now, Kaylee, do you want to, instead of your birth, she can't pull up your chart right now. You know, that,
if you know the, well, so if I could look it up, so sun sign, that's going to be a Taurus sun with a Sagittarius sun. So I could definitely tell that from the birthdays. So correct me if that is right.
Ooh, that's sassy. We'll come back to sassy.
Yes. Yeah. So my biggest thing, and I'll give you guys all a little hack when it comes to relationships, is know the person's moon sign over their sun sign. Because our sun sign, let's go back. We'll take a step back. The day that you're born, right? You come to Earth School as a soul, and you got to embody this vehicle that you're going to drive around Earth School in, and you come into Earth, into this body, and you inhale your first breath, right? You inhale, and you're inhaling all the energy of the cosmos. That's your birth chart. That is your roadmap. That is your blueprint. This is now this energetic coding in which you're going to operate here. Now, what happens is life happens, and society and our parents and all these people try to tell us who to be, and we kind of veer off that path. Don't be so loud. Don't do this. You should look like that, you know, but we come back to the chart. This is who you're supposed to be. And so what happens is in relationships, we start to veer off that path to please the partner, right? And then we're not matching our energetic match. And the person is getting a version of us that we're not supposed to be until we come back to our path and the person's like, wait, who are you, right? So your sun sign that you inhaled is your core. It's how you're going to shine. This is how we understand astrology as our sun sign. I'm Virgo. I'm going to Virgo into everything I do, right? Because I'm a Virgo sun. I'm shining Virgo everywhere I go, just like the sun outside, right? So you're going to understand someone's sun sign. And I always say, if you're dating someone and you don't like their sun sign energy, they are not for you because they can't turn it down. That's how they illuminate. That's how they radiate. That's how they feel alive. So if you don't like it, it's not for you, right? So I think with that example, it was a Taurus
let me put that back up for you.
It was a Taurus sun with a Sag sun. These are both fixed energies, okay? Or yeah, they're really strong energies. So the Taurus is the earth. It wants to stay put. It doesn't like to change. It likes rhythm. It likes routines. And the Sag is wanting to run wild. It is fire. It'll like blaze that earth right down, knock down every tree. So again, it's like, do you enjoy that your partner draws you out of your earth and your routines? Or is that too much, right? I hate boring. Yeah, I did.
But that.
Oh, you're the Sag. You're the Sag. Okay. So I'm Earth. I'm Virgo. And my man is Sag. And my whole life, I've hated fire energy. I'm like, I want routines. I want rituals. I want things on the calendar. Like, I need to know what's going on in my life. And I start dating someone who is like no plans. I mean, every other day there's Amazon packages. There's an inflatable raft. We're going on this vacation. And now I'm like, I kind of like this because I don't have that in here. It's not in my chart. This is exciting.
Me too. Being a Cancer.
Yeah, there were seasons of my life that I was like, no, thank you. But it could be really hard for the Taurus person to deal with this, right? And vice versa. My man, as a fire, has had to learn to be a little bit more of a homebody, to talk to me about the calendar, you know? And so that's just the sun sign. But where relationships get really wonky is without knowing the person's moon sign. Because in order for us to build deep connections and feel safe and secure in someone's presence, we have to know their moon. Their moon is what they need energetically, right? The zodiac sign that the moon is in their birth chart is the energy they need to feel from you. They need to feel that so they feel safe and secure, calm, cool, collected. But if they don't, it pushes a button, right? It triggers them. And then they respond emotionally. It comes up and out. So if you know someone's moon sign and you can meet their moon sign, you can build the best relationship with them. It could be your children. It could be your romantic partner. It could be your client. It could be your boss. It could be anybody. And my goal is to make it
Kaylee,
not
what's your
weird.
moon sign? I think she
Yeah, if you
knows.
know your moon sign, drop it in.
Gemini.
Gemini. Oh, wait. So you're a Sag Sun, Gemini moon? You were born on a full moon. Oh my gosh. My man too. Sag Sun, Gemini moon, full moon, baby.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that moon sign, you know, that's going to make someone feel secure. And then they'll be more open with you. It'll be more peaceful, but we usually get that way, way wrong.
Wait, what'd you say? Saggy, Aries. Sun, moon, rising?
What's the
Woo.
Gemini? Oh, the Taurus. Oh, yeah, Taurus with a
Oh, the
Gemini moon.
Taurus is a Gemini? What do you think about moon and Gemini?
So they are very interesting. My man has a Gemini moon, and somebody with a Gemini moon needs a lot of communication. If you feel like you're communicating with them, double it. And at first in relationships, it can be really hard because it feels almost like parental, like overbearing. Like, oh, you didn't tell me that. Why aren't you texting me back? Where are you? What are you doing? Who are you with? But Gemini moons need words to soothe them. They need time to express. So the one thing I noticed about my man is when he's talking to me and I'm on my phone, he gets really upset. Where I'm like, I'm listening. I'm a Virgo. I'm multitasking. I can hear you. Keep talking. And he's like, he needs like the words, the time. He doesn't want to feel rushed, right? He wants to get his words out. And then, you know, if I text him and I don't put like 5 emojis, he's like, oh, you didn't put an emoji. And I'm like, I'm busy, right? But he wants more words, more communication, more effort in the verbal, the mental, cerebral.
I think they're very curious too, right? You know,
well, that's the thing. Like they're the if they're a Gemini sun, they're very curious, but the moon is the emotional needs. They need to feel like others are talking to them. They need the words. They need the understanding. They need the cerebral part to feel safe with someone. So if you leave a detail out and they find out later, they're going to be triggered. If you're not explaining it enough, they get triggered. It's words.
I love that.
And that can be hard, you know? So the moon is great. We have a Taurus moon. I'd love to kind of tap in. Oh,
yeah,
I love
let's
that you
do
guys
that. And then Anne-Marie, I'll come back. I have a moon in Leo, so I'm interested in what you and I'm a Cancer.
Yes. Oh, I love how Peggy said that her mom was a Virgo and stepdad was a Sag. They had the best relationship. So in regular pop astrology, they say that Virgo and Sag are not compatible. But again, I do relational astrology and everyone can be compatible if you understand and appreciate the person for who they are. And then you make a decision. You don't water them down. You don't try to change them. And fun fact, Beyonce and Jay-Z are Virgo and Sag, and they've made it this far. So
that is interesting. And I think too, like you said, perhaps their moon signs were super compatible.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's
that. Exactly. And the moon sign, one of the best compatibilities, and I hate saying best compatibility because I really, again, think everyone can be compatible if we see the chart and understand someone for who they are. But a beautiful connection to have is if one person's sun sign is the other person's moon sign.
Oh, that's a good tip.
Because I'm a Cancer moon. So what I need to feel safe is Cancer energy. Yeah, but when I meet someone who is a Cancer sun, again, the sun is how they shine. It's how they radiate. My mom is a Cancer sun. My godmother is a Cancer sun. You're a Cancer sun. A lot of my friends are Cancer suns because immediately upon connection, I'm like, I feel safe with this person, right? They're giving me the vibe I need. But where it gets tricky is not often is this person with that moon sign feels safe from the sun sign of the same, but this person's sun sign is likely not that person's moon sign.
Interesting.
So it goes one directional, and this person has to work a little bit harder to meet this person's moon sign. So it's an equal and fair connection emotionally. Hopefully that makes sense.
Love that. Okay, so this is Sassy. Amazing.
Hi. Okay, I'm excited to dive in. I see you in the chat posting
Yeah.
all
Now,
sorts of
Sassy, who
questions.
has the Taurus moon? You're a Taurus,
Hubby's Aquarius.
moon Aries,
Ooh.
and then she's probably the moon Taurus. You're a sun Taurus and moon Taurus? No.
So she's a Scorpio moon. So born on a full moon
And he
too.
where who has the let me see what
Okay, so we're going with Saucy. I'm reading here. Okay. So she has a sun in
somebody's
Taurus.
got she's like Taurus moon. Who has that? I'm confused, Sassy.
Okay, so she's a Taurus sun with a Scorpio moon, and he's an Aquarius sun with an Aries moon.
Okay.
Tell me if I got that right. Thumbs up on that one.
Sounds good.
I think I got this.
I think you did.
Okay. So, first of all, you are a full moon baby, Taurus sun, Scorpio moon. And so full moons are going to be really optimal times for you, being born with a full moon in your birth chart. So you come alive around full moons. This is like your natal energy while everyone else is like freaking out and having emotional meltdowns. You're like, ooh, I could stay up all night. Let's dance. It's a full moon.
She does do like that.
And your partner, your husband, is Sun Aquarius, Aries moon. So both of your sun signs are fixed signs. Taurus and Aquarius are fixed, meaning they are zodiac signs that don't like to change. They're stubborn. They are who they are, and they're not going to be anything else. Taurus sun is going to be, for you, what's really important is, again, the consistency, the routines, having nice things, like materialistic, being on earth, like very Venusian. Where your husband is way more Uranian, like very like innovative and mental and cerebral and solves problems and is kind of thinking about the future and is just like way up in his head, and you're like very practical and earthly and grounded. Neither one of you can change that, right? It's going to be hard to kind of blend that. So I want you to tap into your moon signs for that connection where you really go deeper. And even though I think you said you've been together 27 years, I promise you, I see this over and over with clients. If you really explore each other's moon signs, there is a level of intimacy and a level of understanding that doesn't get unlocked until these aspects of ourselves are, one, understood within, two, communicated to the other person, and three, discovered how I can meet it, right? So it has to be like this open exploration. So let's talk about it.
Okay.
Your Scorpio moon, he's an Aries moon. What is in common with these two energies is they're both ruled by Mars.
True.
So you both have mercurial, masculine, emotional tendencies. So when you get into an argument, I'm sure it escalates. It goes very heated because both of these moon signs emotionally, when you are triggered, lead to a response that feels like fire. And it's like Aries moons, when they're mad, they're kicking, they're stomping, they're screaming. Let them burn it out. We don't take it personally. They're going to throw a temper tantrum like a toddler. Like the quicker they burn it out, an Aries moon, a Leo moon, a Sag moon, let them burn it out. And then the fire's out. It's like nothing ever happened and everyone around them needs some aloe.
Yeah.
It's literally how it goes. And
That's
for
me. Leo
you,
moon. Totally.
and for you being the Scorpio moon, you have that tendency because you're also ruled by Mars in your emotional capacity, but you have a lot of water. And so what that means is for you emotionally, a lot for you is about trust and betrayal and loyalty and a little bit obsession. And it's like for you, you don't just feel something, you feel it deep. You don't feel sad, you get depressed. You don't feel upset, you feel really angry. You don't feel happiness, you feel ecstatic. Like all your emotions are 10x. And so that's where that 0 to 100 happens in your emotional spectrum. And so what's happening is with these partners is instead of allowing yourselves to get into the responsive state of the fire and the emotions and the obsession and the anger, is about preventing that, which means you have to meet your partner's moon sign energy. So let's talk about that. What you need as a Scorpio moon is you need, again, trust, loyalty, honesty. If you feel like someone is trying to get one over on you, they didn't tell you the full truth, they're not going to stick up for you if you're at a dinner party and someone is saying something rude about you and they're not like, they don't got your back. These are things that start to wear on your emotional response. And that's the trigger. So your partner, to communicate him, is to say, hey, I'm a Scorpio moon. And so what makes me feel really safe is when you have my back. What makes me feel really safe is when I can trust you. And this is how I can trust you more. You do what you say you're going to do. You show up at 5 when you say you're going to be there at 5. Like, these are really important things so that you don't even get triggered, right? So it's the words, it's the language, it's the communication. And what my partner and I do, because he's a Gemini moon and I'm a Cancer moon, and we're totally different, is when I'm having an emotional meltdown and I'm crying, because I'm Cancer moon, I'm a water, he'll say, are we having a Cancer moon moment? And I'm like, yeah, I am. And he knows that he has to come cuddle me or hug me, right? Instead of like just leaving me alone. And when
Yeah.
he is being irritable and snappy, I'm like, are we having a Gemini moon moment? And he's like, yep. And I'm like, okay, so I need to give him words. I need to talk to him, and we use this as like a little, like, I know what a Gemini moon means. I know what you need right now. And we've already talked about it. So we're just pointing it out and then using that as a tool to say, okay, I get you. I get it. I get what's happening here. Instead of
Absolutely.
getting into these
That's a
arguments of
great
like,
tip.
yeah. So, communicating this to your husband and then having him be like, are you having a Scorpio moon moment when you're having these emotional intensities? Now, what does he need so he doesn't throw a temper tantrum as a toddler under 7 with an Aries moon? Is for him, he needs independence and autonomy. Our Aries moons emotionally are toddlers. So if you say no to a toddler, what do? They immediately start crying or kicking or screaming or slamming a door.
Or go
So
do
what
it
he really
anyway.
needs is to feel freedom to do what he wants to do. It's almost like this false sense of illusion, right? You guys have been married 27 years. So obviously he doesn't want to be alone, but he needs this feeling. Again, the Aries energy. He has to feel like if he wants to go out on Tuesday night with some friends, you're like, sure, go. Yeah, cool. Have a good time. Or if he wants to spend a couple extra hours in the garage tinkering around, like a toddler just playing with his toys, let him. These are parts of like soothing his moon sign. I bet he might even be into like collectibles, like toys, like things that like you're an adult, but like that soothes his need to feel like an eternal toddler. And it's always interesting with Aries moons because they're usually like very masculine men that don't
Yeah.
have emotions. But then like what keeps them feeling like safe and soothed is like all these like childlike memorabilia or things of like childhood. So that's what I would recommend, giving him space and autonomy, really pepping him up, making him feel like the warrior, like he's brave and he can handle things and that
They
kind of
probably
thing.
like to make a lot of decisions themselves and things
Yeah.
like that.
They have to come up with it like on their own. Like if you tell them what to do and they're like, I'm not doing that. And then a week later, they end up deciding to do it. You're like, oh my gosh, of course. Like only when you think it's a good idea are you going to do it.
Okay, so Kaylee, just so you understand, and I'll let
the
I'll let
moon, the moon sign is our emotional needs. I'll explain it kind of in its entirety. When you inhale the energy of the sun, that is your core. It's how you shine. When you inhale the energy of the moon represents your emotional needs, the energy you need to feel so you feel safe, secure, and comfortable with the person in front of you. When that moon sign is met, when your emotions are soothed, you feel calm. If you don't receive that moon sign energy from somebody, it's like pushing a button, right? It triggers you, right? We all have that. We're like, that button is pushed, and then we have an emotional response. The emotions come up and out. It's just energy. It's the moon energy in motion, emotion, right? And
yeah,
so
I
the way
love
that it
that.
comes up is the element of your moon. So if you're a fire moon, it's going to come up like fire. If it's water, it's going to come up with feelings. If it's an air moon, it's going to come up with thoughts. And if it's an earth moon, it usually doesn't come up because they're grounded and practical and they're like our emotionally intelligent people of the zodiac. So the energy is what you have to feel. That's the zodiac sign to feel calm and cool.
I'm a
The
mess.
element is how that emotion comes up and out. And I have an entire podcast episode going through all 12 of the moon signs, breaking down like the elements, and it's like one of my favorite episodes. It was like the second one I recorded.
I love that. So I hope you guys can find a lot of this on her link tree, I'm sure. Or also, I have this if you want to reach out
I love it. Oh, good.
for
I'm
any
so
person.
wow.
Yeah. Okay, so I wanted to let you know that. Now, back to this, Anne Marie. I know it's probably late where she is. Uh,
Ooh,
you're
yes.
you're adorable, Anne Marie. Ah, she's just such a cute little Irish pixie. I love you, girl. She
Moon
gave me this
in
moonstone necklace, by
Leo.
the way. Look at it,
Oh, that's gorgeous.
isn't it?
Gorgeous.
Okay, so you've talked. You're a moon in Cancer, so you did speak to that. What do you think about the moon in Leo and the combination?
Yes. So we've got a water moon with a fire moon, right? Could not be more opposite. However, the one thing that water and fire have in common is their intensity. And so a water person feels things very intense, and a fire moon is going to also feel things very intensely, but the expression of it looks very different. One is going to cry and one is going to roar. One is going to want to go hermit and the other is going to want to go run amok. So when
Can
the
it
emotion, what's that?
be steamy?
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely can be. What the Cancer moon person really needs is they need to feel safe in the presence of another person. They need to feel secure. They need to feel nurtured. I always say, I just want people to mama bear me. I just want people as a Cancer moon, just like come here and cuddle me and snuggle me and rock me to sleep. And I'm like so happy. An example is
Here for you, girl.
when I hire someone, you know, in my business or, you know, to do things around the house or whatever, I'm like always analyzing their chart. And I met a CPA and I was literally interviewing 20 plus CPAs to try to find one that was the right fit. And I talked on the phone to this one woman, and she was so mothering to me. She was like, oh, I can't believe that happened to you with your taxes. Like, no, we're going to get that fixed. Like, we are going to, don't you worry. I've got this covered. And I was like, oh, she is mama bearing me. I'm hiring her.
I
And
need
now I
her
call her my
too.
tax healer. Like, she's my tax healer because she just heals all the problems with my finances.
I
But as
need
a
that.
Cancer moon, that's what I need from people, right? And I like to kind of go into my shell and I like to have little small spaces. Like I don't like big airy rooms. Like I want to nest. But the Leo moon, what the Leo moon needs is a lot of hype. They need to feel like they are honored and praised and recognized and respected and seen. And
Yeah.
so I always say, if you have a Leo moon and you brought everyone cookies and you forgot one for the Leo moon, they're going to be real upset because they need to be seen. They need to know that they're appreciated. So the best thing for a Leo moon is
Cancer, my Leo moon gets hurt and just kind of pouts.
Your Leo moon. Yeah. Yeah, because you want to be appreciated. You want to be respected. You want to be kind of like known for something, right? And so I always say that a Leo moon, it's just remind them how great they are, tell them how beautiful they are, bring them gifts. They do love some gifts. They love to be kind of acknowledged with little things. And kind of, you know, honoring the fact that if they are upset, it probably is going to come out like a roar. They're going to be a little dramatic. They almost want you to know that they're mad. Like, that's it. That's the whole point. It's just like, I just want you to know that I'm mad. So I'm going to make it so obvious that I'm mad. But like, that's kind of it. Like, there's nothing more to it than that. You're like, okay, I know that you're mad. What can I do for you? And then all of a sudden the fire is out. We're good to go.
Exactly. That's so true. I feel that. Anne Marie, I hope that helped. I hope she's still here. I heard that. I love that. Monique, interesting. And I love that you have this question.
Yes.
We have a lot of this combination.
What's that?
Earth and this is a Aries moon and a Taurus moon.
Aries moon, Taurus moon. Yes. So Aries moon is going to be the fire. Taurus moon is going to be the earth, right? And so The Aries moon, again, for you is really about having that autonomy, right? Like being able to feel from someone that they're kind of respecting your needs, your desires, allowing you to accomplish your dreams, maybe even cheerleading you on in some of your goals. Like anyone that kind of leans in and helps you with the things that you want, need, or desire is going to feel like a really safe space. Someone that doesn't put pressure on you, someone that allows you to kind of move in the direction that feels right for you. That independence and autonomy is going to be really important versus your partner, where he's a Taurus moon. What makes him feel really safe is typically financial security. A Taurus moon, I find, really needs the material world to feel good for their emotional world to feel good. So if they're having financial issues, they're emotionally completely discombobulated. So they might be very particular with like saving a lot of money. They might hoard things and have like an overabundance of items where you're like, you don't need 15 mugs and, 20 cars. Like it's one's enough, right? But they need that financial stability and security to emotionally feel safe. But also a big part of a Taurus moon is they need time to experience change. So my cousin is a Taurus moon, and this is something I had to teach my aunt for, is that when she springs something on him, like they're going for the day to go shopping or they're going to be going on a vacation, she's got to let him know weeks in advance if it's a vacation and remind him every couple days, hey, in a week we're going on vacation, in 5 days we're going on vacation, because the change of scenery and the new things, they like their consistency. They like their stability. They like to know where their toothbrush is and what kind of milk is in the fridge, So any change, it's really hard for a Taurus moon, typically. And the other part of that is they're very sensitive to stimuli. So a Taurus moon, especially as a child, is going to hate itchy clothes. It if they have like a tag that's itchy or like something is too tight on their belly, immediately will trigger that moon that just wants to feel safe and secure and soothed. So just very cautious with like the light, the noise, the sound, the smell, the environment, because he will be a little bit more emotionally reactionary if the lights are too bright and the music's too loud and the smell is off. That kind of really helps him feel soothed. That's my Taurus moon tip.
Awesome information. Makes so much sense too.
And that's the thing is like, you're going to know someone's sun sign pretty quick. They're going to shine it on you. You like it or you don't. But the moon is so key. Like if everyone around us just knew our moon sign, they could try to tap into that energy, and we were born with all 12 zodiac signs within us. We inhaled all 12. So we're capable of tapping into each of those archetypes, and knowing which one the person in front of you needs could shift so many dynamics. Imagine you have a client, in business, and that they're a Cancer moon. When you're talking to them on the phone, you're going to come with a total different energy than somebody that you're trying to coach or counsel that has a Leo moon, right? Like they all need something different from you. Or if you're a boss or a business owner and you have employees, like so important to kind of understand that. So you're able to like grow your business in a way that's really aligned and everyone feels respected and seen and heard and appreciated. And it's not just the moon sign. Like we're only talking about one tiny aspect of the relationship, right? Like,
right. Yeah, absolutely.
We have our Chiron wounds, like the wounds that we were born with, that we should help our partner heal, the things that trigger them from previous lifetimes that they were born with. And like knowing that is helpful, or what their North Node is. Like, this is where I often see relationships. They've been together for a while, and the older we get, the more we're gravitated towards our North Node, our destiny.
I would say that happened to me.
Every new moon, every full moon, every retrograde, everything that happens to us is impacting us and saying, go towards that North Star, go towards your North Node. And then people do, as we age, we go towards our North Node. And sometimes they're in different areas of the chart. They're in different energies. And so,
Girl, I'd probably still be married if I knew you then.
I know. It's like, if we just knew this when we met someone, it's like, if I see someone's North Node and it's like opposite from my North Node, like I'm a North Node in Aries. So the older I get, the more independent I want to become. I was the girl, South Node in Libra, who my whole life just wanted to be in a relationship, just wanted to be married. Like I'd never been single. I got married, then I got divorced, then I met my man, like then we got together. And now the older I get, the more I'm like, I want to sleep alone. I want to be alone. My man's in Germany right now for a month and I'm like, hallelujah. Not that I want to be single, but like I'm becoming
You
more
like that.
Aries. I'm more
I do You're
independent.
such a natural born leader too,
Yeah.
you
And
know,
if my partner didn't understand this, he would be like, do you not want to be together? Do you not want to be in a relationship? But he knows astrology and is like, she's feeling her north node and, you know, he has his. And it doesn't mean we have to drift apart, but we have to respect the soul journey that each of us are on, right? And either take it or leave it, but we can't change it. So, yeah, there's
I
so
love
much.
that.
I
Well said.
love it.
Now, from a numerology standpoint, I gotta look at your birth date sometime and do that.
I'm a
But,
life path 9.
there goes my earpiece again. I can still hear.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm a life path 9.
oh,
Duh.
God, duh.
Duh.
I know, right? And you have 8s in you, I can tell, you know, because 'cause you're a Virgo, but, uh,
Born in August 8,
such a
1986.
oh, yeah, I can see the numbers. So amazing, such a prophet, visionary, intuitive. That's the other thing you guys should know. And I think there are a lot of astrologers out there who are also intuitive, but you are a wizard. So, she really is very psychic and adds a lot to everything she's, teaching us today and explaining. So, in a 9 year, how have you, collectively with your clients and stuff? Have you seen a lot of endings? Like, what do you feel collectively? And what do you think for this last quarter that we're in?
Mm, yes.
Mm,
Yes.
mm.
Okay, so in the Astro Weather Report, like I said, I do the voice memos every day. And often we're talking about kind of like what's happening day to day. You know, Mercury is here and Mars is here and all that. But once in a while, I do a zoom out. And here's the story. Here's the feeling. Like I give an analogy. And I would love for you guys to be in there and you can go back. They're all archived, but I'll give you the Cliff Note version.
Okay.
This is where we're at in the trajectory of Earth, in the timeline of new Earth, in your life, like however you want to describe it. This is how it is. 2025 is a year of endings because we have some massive cycles in the astrology that are closing out, ones that will never be repeated again in our lifetime.
It's amazing.
And so typically that happens infrequently. So Uranus moves every 7 years. So once every 7 years, this planet changes and endings happen. Neptune moves every 13 years. So about every 13 years, we have an ending. And then Pluto typically moves between 15 and 20 years, and we have that ending. So not often, right? Every 15 years or so, every 13 years or so, and every 7 years or so. But this year, all 3 of them in 1 year are all ending different areas of our life in the
Mm,
same year. And then
it's
we
crazy.
couple that with 3 other planets, Jupiter every 12 years, Saturn every 30 years, and the nodes every 19 years on top of those 3,
Mhm.
all in different areas of your birth chart. That is 6 out of 12 areas of your life getting a cosmic shift within a 12-month period. And so here's the analogy that I talk about in the Astro family right now. It is almost like going back to high school. In high school, we're familiar with the teachers, we're the seniors, we're graduating, we know where our lockers are, we know the drill, we know how much time we have for lunch, we know what time we got to wake up in the morning, like we got our friends, we got our, we know the drill. That's where we're at here in Earth School, but 2025 is the year that you go on college campus tours.
Ooh.
So you're going to college, you're going, you've already been accepted because we're all here on Earth. Our soul already signed up for 2026 and beyond. That's college. We're going to the next level, but we're
I would
going
like
in
to
as
stick around
freshmen.
another year.
Yeah, we're going in as freshmen, right? And so this year, with these planets kind of shifting and dancing back and forth and not fully committing, but showing us the preview, it's like going on your college campus tour of 2025 and like, ooh, I do want to change my job soon. What would that look like? Maybe I do want to get out of this relationship. Maybe let me separate for a year and see what that looks like. Maybe I do want to have a kid. I don't know. I thought I didn't, but like maybe let me spend some more time with kids. Like what has come up this year that feels like the tour of like checking it out, exploring, dancing in, being more open to, because the next year, like we're going to college. That's the analogy. But let me now show you what I mean in real time. What is going on in our world? For example, technology. High school, we know how to use tech. I use my phone, I use my laptop, I know how to use the internet. But how much of technology is going to be changing in the next few years? We might not even have cell phones. We might just put glasses on and everything is in these glasses, right? Or we might not even have like the internet. It might be this whole other digital portal, right? Or chat GPT and AI, right? Like this is so new that some people don't even know how to use it yet. It hasn't even been fully created yet. So that's just one aspect of like high school, and everything we used to know about technology is changing, and we're all going to be freshmen trying to figure out this technology.
We might even get flying cars.
Yeah,
I've been
exactly. Like,
waiting.
and that's the
I'm
transportation piece, right? Like how we move around the world is high school to college, a totally different world. Or even careers, right? How many people's careers are going to be non existent? And they might have to go back to college, literally or figuratively, and study something new, right? Change their major. How many people went to college and changed their major? This might be us on Earth School in the next 5 years. Like our position may no longer be available. And so we're all going into the new Earth as freshmen. And that's why things are so crazy right now, because we don't have a foundation to determine our new reality upon. Pluto in Aquarius, right? Transforming the collective and demolishing everything that was. So there's no more compass, there's no more roadmap. Our tried and true methods, like go to college, get a job, put money in your 401k and retire happy, does not exist. So that can't work. Where people are hiring business mentors, and the business mentors are saying like do this, this and that. But marketing has changed. Consumer purchasing has changed. So you can't even trust a marketing guru because they probably learned marketing when they sent mailers in, right? Like
Yeah,
there's
that's so true.
nobody on planet Earth that knows what's the new reality. And so it goes back to each and every one of us has to go within for our own intuition, our own inner knowing. We know best. We cannot outsource our power anymore, because if I come to you and you're like, help me build my business, you know how to build a business from the last 5-10 years. But that's not how it's going to work in the future. So you don't know any more than I do. Or if I go to someone, in a relationship, my partner, for example, we've had a certain relationship dynamic thus far, but because the world around us is changing and my birth chart is changing, again, back to those 6 planets shifting who I am and what I want and need and desire, and his chart is shifting and what he needs and wants and desires, we can't even base our new relationship on how we've shown up this far. And so it's really wiping the slate clean and being like, okay, I hurt you, you hurt me, we did this, we have this habit, we have this pattern, like that's done. We're different people. And my birth chart shows that, and so does his. So relationships can get a reset. Karma is resetting. And we talk a lot about that in the Astro Weather Report right now, that there are a lot of planets crossing the karmic reset point, 29 degrees of Pisces. And
Yeah.
this has been going on all year, and we're not
Yep.
done yet.
I know.
That everything is getting a reset. And so figuring out your chart and really understanding what you're here on Earth School to do is our 2.0 version. We get like almost like a second opportunity in the same body, in the same lifetime, to do the things that we've kind of fallen behind on since we were born. So I'm excited for it. It's scary. It's tumultuous. It's intimidating, just like going to college, right? You're like, I know I want to be here and I'm so excited and this is gonna be so great. But like, how do I get to my class? And I don't know my teacher. And what happens if this? And like, I don't know that. Do I call my mom? I can't go back home. Like they moved into a 1-bedroom apartment. I can't go back home.
So
That's what it feels like.
true.
This is what it feels like.
Very well said. I love that. That's a good explanation.
Yeah.
And then, look, well, I know you're still working on your journal and everything, but a glimpse
Yeah.
of maybe January, February till we have you back?
Yeah, I love it. I do astro forecast readings, and That is, whenever you decide to come do that, we look for the 12 months ahead. So I'm always about 12 months out in the astrology. So big, big, big deal for the astrological new year next year. I love celebrating the astrological new year. When the sun moves into Aries, it's the beginning of everything. But this year, we are going to have the sun in Aries, the moon in Aries as a new moon, Mercury, Mars, who's at home in Aries and only comes home every 2 years, Venus, Saturn for the first time in 30 years, Neptune for the first time in 165 years, and Chiron, our wounded warrior, all at the same time. So that Aries area of your life, you're not going to look anywhere else. Everyone is piling up and saying right here, red light, this is the area of life that you are going to have to acknowledge. This is where everything begins in your chart. Wherever Aries falls in your chart is how you should start your day every day. For me, it's in my health house. So I have to wake up every morning before I check my phone and communicate, before I do any work, before anything. I have to have my health. So walking, supplements, whatever. If it's in someone's second house, it's their money house. So they need to wake up, they need to check their bank account, they need to see what's coming in, what's coming out, and then that's how they start their day, or wherever it falls for you. When we get to Aries season, this is the reset point. 8 planets in Aries in the astrological new year, a big beginning. I am so excited for it. It's right after eclipse season. We're going to have some major eclipses going on in the spring as well. And I think if we can all make it till April, whatever relationships in your life are still standing by April of 2026, you're good to go. They're there for you. You may have new ones. You may have let go of ones by then. But I think whatever is there by 2026, that is our bread and butter, and that's what we're going to hold on to, because the astrology of the United States is
Lord.
bad energy, crazy sauce energy 2026, 27, 28. Into 2029, things will kind of cool down, but we're really looking at the 4th of July next year as a catalyst of revolution. And I go on and on about that on my TikTok page.
Yeah, you guys follow her, and I think we need to be part of the Soul Tribe in the Telegram group and stay up with this, and definitely have you back when you can. I know how busy you are, but it's
I love
such
it
a
though. Especially, we'll do something when that we get to January and we plan ahead and all the things.
yeah, maybe
I'm always showing up on social.
I really like celebrating the new year in April in Aries season. It doesn't feel right in January. We talk about that all the time. Oh,
Yeah.
and when do you think people might be able to start? Well, do you know when it might be on Amazon?
My goal is to have it up by second week of November. So before Black Friday, like we're looking, couple weeks. Yeah.
Okay.
Once I
All
get
right.
into a portal of writing it, like that's it. You're not even going to talk to me for a week because I'm just writing it and I'm researching and it is like such a passion project. So I should be going into that hole later this week.
I can imagine, because there's so much of your knowledge and background experience that also goes into putting it together. It's fantastic. It's one of my favorite things. Definitely. And you're my favorite thing. Does anyone else? Hi, Judy. Yeah, watch the replay. I think you'll enjoy it a lot. And after you do, and you want to talk to Mandi, because you probably will, there's her information. Does anyone else have any last minute help me?
I love that.
If you could, what'd you see?
Was it Kelly? She said, I'm an Aries rising and Aries is my first house. So I need to bread and butter my first house. Yes. You are going through a glow up. Like this is a rebrand. Rebrand yourself, the way you look, the way you show up, your needs, your wants, your desires. Like, woof, I love that for you. I love that for you.
And I know she feels a lot of changes too. So
glow up season. Totally.
It's not, well, ego, we all have to have ego, baby. You wouldn't be alive.
First house, this is how you're going to think of your first house. You're a soul and you come to Earth School and you have to embody a vehicle, a vessel, right? And each one of us has a different Earth School vehicle that we navigate. You are born into your first house. So your first house symbolizes your earth vehicle. Okay. How do you drive around earth? What is the identity or the appearance that you give off on first impression? So when you're driving down the highway in your car, let's say you have, like, for me, I have a gold Prius. So I'm driving down the road in my gold Prius. I can't see that my Prius is gold. I'm in the car. Your soul is in the vehicle, right? But I know when I'm driving around, I'm like, oh, people are probably seeing this Prius and thinking I drive slow because they always cut me off, right? Or people see the Prius and they probably think I'm some, like, vegan or whatever, right? Like, I know that there's some sort of, and I'm not, by the way, I'm very paleo. It surprises everybody. And I don't drive slow either, which really upsets me when people pull out in front of the Prius. But it's an identity, it's an image that my car is giving off when I'm driving down the road. Same thing with our earth school vehicle, right? The way that you dress, the way that you move your body, the way that you cut your hair, how you show up, right? Energetic, aura wise, your needs, your wants, your desires. Like, what do you like? Me is our first house. So these are some of the things as an Aries rising are going under construction right now.
Okay, cool. Then Peggy, did you have a question? Let's see. Interesting.
Oh, your granddaughter's going to have so many aspects going on for her. Oh, so she was 12. Wait,
She's
Aries
Aries,
sun.
Moon, Mars.
I don't think she can have Neptune in Aries if she's 12 years old.
Yeah, that's a generational.
Yeah.
Well, even longer than that, right?
165 years ago. But definitely probably Moon, Mars, and the sun. So yeah, she'll be going through definitely an evolution of who she is at that time. I'm sure she's feeling very emotional. She's probably trying to figure out who she is, what she likes. Venus, yeah, Venus and Aries sounds about right. Yep.
Do you know what your daughter's moon sign is, Peggy? I don't know if she wants to go there. Just curious. I think she's typing.
Pisces sun. Oh.
You would think. I'm a Cancer sun and I married a Pisces sun. But
Did you?
I really don't know his moon sign, to be honest.
And
now it's hard to ask what time he was born. Like they're
well, usually your moon
they're
sign,
very
you figure
protective
out
of
the
the time
day,
they're
like
born because they're
moon sign, you don't really need the hour of birth. You can go look at the day. Now, remember the
I
moon,
have done that. I can't think of I have its chart though.
the moon moves, like going back to kind of what we were talking about, how important it is to know someone's moon sign, right? And I'm doing my earthly gift here of trying to get everyone to know their moon sign and communicate it openly and freely so we can all get along better. But if you, like, for example, just know someone's birthday, go pull up their chart. And here's a little caveat. The moon moves very quickly. So every 2.5 to 3 days, the moon will move into a new zodiac sign. So if you're looking at someone's birthday, let's say they're born on Halloween 5 years ago, and I pull up their chart. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at midnight, like the minute the day started, right? So 12:01 a.m. and I'm going to look to see where the moon is.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go to like 11:59 p.m. and see where the moon was. And if it's in the same sign, for sure that's their moon sign.
Right.
If the moon moved at some point during that day, so it's different in the morning and the evening, you have two options. And I promise you'll be able to quickly narrow down which one is their moon sign. It's not that hard.
Another good tip. Okay.
Yeah, I do that with a lot of like bosses, right? Or employees. Like, you can't go to your employees and ask for their birth chart information.
I'm glad you brought that up because I was like, well, what if you get a client or somebody you want to hire, like you were talking about, but you can't ask all these details.
Birthday. Usually you can get a lot from the birthday. So for example, I'll kind of wrap it up with this, where my cosmic download of the month. So my special reading this month is the compatibility sessions, right? So it's $99. This is how it works. So it's pre-recorded, so we don't even have to worry about scheduling. Once you purchase it, and I only do 20 a month because, again, I got a lot on my plate over here as a Virgo sun. So we do 20 a month, first come, first serve. And so I had a girl yesterday purchase, And then she emails me. So you always get an opportunity before I hit record to tell me what's going on. You share with me the birth chart information of you and the other person. So pick someone in your life. It can be a romantic partner, your roommate, your child, whomever. You can use the session for whatever relationship. And then she's kind of telling me the dynamics. So, like, what's going on, where they've been struggling, how she hopes they can resolve things. And she didn't have her birth time. And she's like, oh, I didn't know that you needed that. And I was like, well, it is helpful. And then she was like, ooh, is this going to work? And I was like, oh, we can tell so much without your birth time when it comes to relationship readings. Because
That's
we're
awesome.
looking at Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Chiron, North Node, and those things don't really change on a day-by-day basis.
Good
So
to
in
know.
40 minutes, we're just skimming the surface in 40, but because again, you're so spot on. I am very intuitive. I get a lot of channeled messages when I talk
Yep.
about astrology, when I do readings, when I do my YouTube videos. As soon as I look at a chart, whether it's like a day chart, like today's astrology, or someone's birth chart, it's like almost like the floodgates open. Like I could have a whole list of things that I want to talk about, and like spirit is like, no, this is what they need to hear. Focus over here. I could do a
Oh,
reading for someone's chart 5 hours, So when I only get an hour with you or 40 minutes in my discounted readings, um, I'm blowing through information. I'm like, we got to get this all in. There's so much here.
I feel
So
that way too. I tend to read a lot, talk a lot, take hours. Like,
I'm like, oh, there's so much here. So yeah, you don't need your birth time. But of course,
that's
down the
good to
road, it's
know. That's
helpful.
good to know for people that want to know about friendships and all those different reasons.
Yeah, there's
And
so many
and
relationships.
even I would say probably even past people that have passed. If you want to
Yeah,
know more about all of that. Sassy has one more question if you don't mind staying another couple minutes.
yeah, of course.
Lilith the Black Moon. I love that, Sassy.
I do focus on Black Moon Lilith for female charts, so female energy charts, however you identify. If it's more of a feminine person, definitely check it out. However, out of all the asteroids, it's not probably the most high on my priority list. I really focus on Chiron a lot. I focus a lot on like the vertex or lots of fortune or some of the other ones. But Black Moon Lilith kind of shows us where we are repressing ourselves, like where we're holding ourselves back from stepping into the light. So I do talk about it, but in order of priority, we would be like on your third or fourth birth chart reading.
Right. Or it might come up in the 12-month look ahead,
Yeah,
possibly
like right now,
if you're a
Lilith is in
woman, like for
Scorpio.
me.
Yeah,
That might
exactly.
work for me. Like, what's holding me back?
Yeah, get out of that repress mode.
Yeah, I love that. Okay. Well, I know how busy you are. I hope I can see you and give you a hug. If you
Ooh,
ever need one, I am right here.
yay, thanks. Libra birthday is October
DT, happy
11th. Oh
birthday. I
my
hope you
gosh.
subscribe and come back.
You have a solar return coming up. I think it's Saturday, right? Is the 11th. Correct me if I'm wrong. And in your solar return chart, which if you guys don't know what your solar return chart is, every single year when the sun comes back to the place in the sky it was when you were born, which doesn't happen on the same date every year. So your birthday in astrology may be the day before, the day of, or the day after
Which is
your
so
Gregorian
cool.
calendar birthday.
Switch
But
it
the
up a
minute that
little.
the sun hits that same degree, that is your solar return chart. And that energetically is the energy you're supposed to embody for the upcoming year around the sun. And so I love doing solar return readings, but for you with
He's had this bad problem, and you probably need to know the moon signs and reach out to Mandy.
yeah. Yeah, because you're on your solar return. It's interesting that you say that because that's why I felt really called to talk about this real quick. And I didn't even know about the breakup, but something was telling me you have to say this. On your solar return chart for the upcoming year, Venus will be opposite Saturn. And that is an energy of relationships being restricted, relationships being broken up with, like endings, hard challenges in relationships. And I'm not surprised that that is coming up for you. I mean, I don't know your whole chart, but just knowing your solar return is on like one of the hardest astrological transits in the entire year for relationships.
Aw,
So,
BT, big blessings, man.
yeah,
Reach
yeah, I
out if
know.
you can, you know?
Boundaries and strong personal foundations is the big lesson for all of us in relationships. And I bet that might be something that is needing a little bit more of your focus and clarity of like, where were boundaries broken? Where did you not stick up for yourself? And then what are some new strong foundations that you can start building in your own world? So when people come in, you've got kind of expectations. Saturn loves some expectations. So create your needs, wants, and desire list and go back to see if that partner met your wants, your needs, and your desires.
Well, she would have to really look at that, BT, but with all the good energy we're sending your way, I really hope so.
Yeah.
And definitely you guys, BT and everybody else, be sure to reach out. Oh, yeah. I was like, Peggy, wait, that's the link tree. Like, don't reach out to Peggy. That's it though. Because you are just such a wealth of information and so easy to talk to.
Thank you.
Really. You
Thank
can
you.
feel there's no judgment. There's just, I want to hold space for you and help with all these types of relationships. I just adore you.
Oh,
And I
thank you.
hope I get to see you in the neighborhood. And don't fear, because the post office lady is going to open like Apollo Beach pack and ship.
I saw that.
And I'm like,
Oh,
there's still
yes,
some.
thank you. I totally honor and appreciate our relationship too. And every time we get to chat, we get to learn more about each other and our astrology and our numerology. And it's such a beautiful way to connect with each other. So thank you
I
for
know, I
having
love
me.
you so much. And I'm going to be in Telegram and I'm coming in for the 12-month.
Yeah, come in. You could do month to month or for the whole year, but you will love the women in there. Everyone is very spiritual. They're into personal development. We complain about the moon and the chaos in our life, and everyone is so supportive. And then, I'm over here steering the ship on Earth School. I'm like, we got this, guys. It's going to be a little bumpy. Or
That's
I'm
what
like,
I
take
love
your light
about you.
vest off and soak up the sun. It's going to be good this week or whatever it is.
I know, I always feel better when I talk to you. But I want to know the year ahead too and really dive in.
Oh, yeah. We'll definitely
You
set
guys,
you up for a 2026 forecast.
understand that too, besides relationships. Like for me, it would be just really about my second house.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Yeah, for
Help me
sure.
not quit everything. There's a lot of that.
My
I'm good, I
cosmic
want to quit.
download
I'm good, I want to
for
quit.
yeah,
Huh?
my cosmic download theme for August was business, aligned business readings. And I had such a blast helping people rebrand and their marketing and what kind of offers and looking at their business birth charts and all of that. Like that's, oh my gosh, there's so much we could do.
Yeah, and I was working a lot on a journal too, so I'll tell you all about it.
Love it. Well, thank
Okay.
you everyone for being here.
Yes, thank you guys. I love you so much. And
Happy
I will
Aries full
see.
moon.
Yes, yes. And I will see you guys again tomorrow. I'll be here. Peggy will be back too at 1 p.m. Eastern. So come back with your questions and we'll do readings. Okay, Mandi, I love you, girl.
Love you.
Bye,
Bye,
everybody. Have a
everyone.
good rest of your
Hope to
day.
connect with y'all soon. Bye.